How did you know straight away?
Yeah.
How did you know?
With Ida?
Yeah.
I didn't. There was a moment that we both had that in hindsight, I realized that we both looked at each other and fell instantly in love and knew that we'd known each other forever. But I had one commandment for my life, which was thou will not get married and have kids. Right. And that was just, it was just not going to happen. And I thought I was doing a sane thing just because of my makeup. And I know that what's expected of you in a relationship. And I was just thinking, I can't do this. I can't look after myself, so how am I going to look after kids? And I can't keep it in my pants, so how am I going to have a monogamous, I can't even say it, a monogamy relationship. So Ida came into my life on a blind date, and we had this moment, but we broke up 3 times. I finished with her 3 times because I was in love, but I'd made this commandment, and it was it was like, why are you falling in love with me? That makes you mental. And you're willing to bet on me to be able to do this thing? My God, you must be crazy. But then the 3rd time of breaking up, I just had a light switch moment one evening. And I went back to her house. I was out in Los Angeles, and it was a light switch moment. I was out having a meal, and just was like, I've got to marry her. And went back, and but then we've been together since, and I've managed to be the person that I'm supposed to be and want to be, and and my life is so much better for it. I have purpose. I am loved. I'm in love. We're a team. She's unique. She's so, we've got to the point now where I'll be at home and she'll know what I'm doing. And I'm sort of like, we'll be watching the television and I'll just go like that. And she'll go, her? You've slept with her? And then I have to Google that person and show what she looked like in the 90s. Yeah, but 15 years ago, she looked like this. So we have a unique relationship. You and your missus?
Yes.
Was that a blind date, or what was that?
No, it was, we'd known each other for many, many years, and then it just became something of I was away and just missed her a lot, and then she proposed to me. So I'd been away for work, came back, and was on the plane. I got back off the plane, and she had put together a painting made up of a whole bunch of little stamps with birds on them, because I'm a bird nerd, that said marry me. So it was like a gift, and I unwrapped it and it had marry me written on there. And I looked at her and she said, well, will you? And she just started laughing. And I started laughing, and I said, well, you have to ask properly. And so she was, will you? And she couldn't get through it without laughing.
Did that emasculate you in any way?
No, it was fantastic. And how's this?
Right.
How's this? So she then, in being such an empowering female as she is, called my mother to ask permission.
Wow.
Huh?
Wow.
She's
So then I called Mum when I got off the plane and said, hey, I'm back off the plane. And she said, oh, have you spoken to Taz yet? I said, no. She goes, well, just wait till you get home.
That's a great way to do it.
And then call you. And I was like, what? Talk to me now. And that's why.
Right, okay. So Ida had to be so slowly catching monkey with me. I just was not going to get married.
Sure.
And even the proposal wasn't very romantic. If I could do it, if I knew what I know now,
yep,
who I am, how I can be, what we are together, what we, I'd do it a lot differently. I genuinely thought that by me proposing was me getting on the Titanic.
Yeah, right.
It was like, I'll do this, but we're going to hit an iceberg and we'll all die. So that's how, that was the kind of...
But you're on bended knee when you say it, though.
Yeah, but that was kind of the energy that I was going in. I thought, I know this is expected of me, but I know I don't want to do it, because I just didn't rate my chances very much. But I'm going to have to do it all again with her. This time go in properly. And, because then we did get engaged, and then she sort of like a week later, her best mate gave us some like wedding magazines, and she brought them home and she put them next to the bed, and I was genuinely like, "What's that?" Well, the wedding magazine. Hey, you've got the ring. And I was genuinely like that.
Sure.
I was like, hey, listen, you've got the ring. What are they? What are you doing with them? Well, we just got engaged, didn't we? Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah.
But it's just my fear.
Yeah.
You know, it was my fear that I was going to mess everything up. I know it sounds horrible and incredibly unromantic, and I suppose it was, but you know, there was a reason for all that. I just didn't think that I was capable of doing the thing that was going to be asked of me to this creature who's incredible and loving and kind and honest and funny, you know, and unique. But that's why we're together, and I'm talking it through, you know.